Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Vilayat Khan. How are you?
Walaikum salam, I'm fine.
Mr. Vilayat, you know that 10th December was celebrated as Universal Human Rights Day. What do you know about human rights?
Human rights are basic rights which are inherent to human being, regardless of their sex, gender, religion, socio-economic position, language, religion. Human Rights Day is celebrated every year on 10th December in the world to commemorate, to highlight the protection of human rights in the global arena.
Please highlight the history of human rights.
Human rights are basically collected in the form of Universal Declaration of Human Rights on 10th December 1948 in Paris by United Nations Forum. These are 30 articles which are related to humans' basic right in economic, social, cultural, political rights. So when we look at the rights like right to life, liberty, equality, fraternity, religious freedom, freedom of expression, freedom of press, freedom of religion, and freedom of assembly, freedom of association, and the right to information. These are just a few examples of human rights.
How many agencies are supporting human rights?
There are many agencies which are supporting human rights. They are talking, they are highlighting, they are taking action, making policies on human rights. Like United Nations itself have raising the voices against human rights violation. United Nations Forum is the biggest forum, and the agencies attached with United Nations like Amnesty International, like on the agencies which are working on non-traditional security threat like UNICEF, like when we look at UNESCO, and there are many other organizations at regional and global levels which are highlighting the United Nations Human Rights Watch Council, which is also working on this.
Why UN failed to protect human rights?
United Nations is failed to protect human rights at largest level. However, it protect human rights at some extent. When we look at the situation of United Nations, it act as a toothless tiger because of the monopoly of veto power that are the P5 countries: China, USA, UK, France, and Russia. And they prefer their national interest, and they veto the resolution which is which is raised for the support and protection of human rights at global level. Here, when we look at the situation, United Nations could not control, could not restrict the members of Security Council, especially the permanent members. So in this case, United Nations failed to maintain human rights violation, especially in the top events like Israel-Palestine conflict, Kashmir conflict, Rwanda genocide, Bosnian conflicts, and many other conflicts which is going on or which happened in history.
What is the statistics of human rights violation?
Human rights statistics vary from traditional security to non-traditional security. When we look at traditional security threat, the numbers are enough. According to some sources, the numbers are more than 100 million, and there is no specific data regarding this. But there is a lot of people who are killed, who are injured, who are disabled due to global conflict like Vietnam War, when we look Iraq War, Syrian conflict, and Libya conflict, and Yemen crisis, and the crisis in Middle East, and the crisis in Russia-Ukraine war. And when we look at non-traditional security threat like climate change, health crisis, poverty, hunger, and the issues which are related to floods, storms, disaster like earthquake, these are all contributing in human rights violation. And the countries, the nation state, which are also doing human rights violation in their own territory for promoting and for their self-interest or their political vested interest, like enforced disappearances, missing person against their political opponent, and the political victimization is going on in various countries. And also the dictators, where there is no democracy, there is no free and fair election, and where there is no protection of human rights, even there is no implementation of constitution, and there is no rule of law. This lead towards such situation, and human rights are violated in these countries at global level.
What is situation of human rights in Pakistan?
Pakistan's position at Human Rights Index is affect and it is updated every year, and it shows dismal picture of human rights in Pakistan. According to Freedom House, Pakistan lies at 37 out of 100 country, and it said that Pakistan is partly free. So Pakistan is facing various crises like freedom of expression, freedom of movement, freedom of assembly, freedom of the right to information, and right to live sometime, and sometimes the violation of economic, social, cultural, even the rights of minorities are violated. And it can be understood from the Human Development Index, Gender Index, and Rule of Law Index, and many other development indexes. It shows the picture that the human rights protection is dismal in the country. However, Pakistan has made a lot of laws to protect the rights of citizens, but it takes time. When there will be a good governance, when there will be political and financial stability, then the things will be better in future.
What are fundamental human rights in Pakistan?
Fundamental human rights should be known to everyone, and it is necessary for everyone to understand what are their fundamental human rights, what are civil liberties. For example, the Article 8 to 28 deal with individual fundamental human rights. For example, right to fair trial, Article 10A, right to dignity, the law against bonded labor, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of movement, right to education, right to information, these right to religion. These are mentioned in 8 to 28, whereas Article 29 to Article 40 tell us about the economic, cultural, and political rights. So from 8 to 40, we generally call these are the fundamental human rights.
Give us some solutions to protect human rights.
There are a lot of solutions available in different reports published by global institutions, NGOs, and even by nation states. So we have to, first of all, we have to look at individual level. We have to aware about what are our basic political fundamental human rights. So then we can demand our right. Then there should be democracy. In democracy, there is free and fair election. There is protection of human rights. There is good governance, and there is inclusive approach. When there is inclusive approach across the provinces, across the region, then human rights will be protected. Secondly, we have to look at the customs, norm, values which are patriarchal in nature, which are violating women and child rights. So we have to change it by the need of the time according to ground realities, and then we have to implement the constitution in letter and spirit. Then when each nation state fulfill their social contract, then things will be addressed. And at global level, we have to understand the situation that we need global cooperation. When we look at global even conflict like Israel-Palestine conflict, 17,000 people have been killed in Israel-Palestine conflict by Israeli forces, and out of which 7,000 are women and children. So and when we look at Russian-Ukraine crisis, for this world is divided. There is rich and poor here. There is us versus them. There is a realist debate, the lust and greed. So they prefer their national interest. Veto power prefer their interest. So they stop the resolution of protecting human rights violation. So in this case, we need to stand together. We need to understand the theme of 2023, that is equality, justice, that is freedom, equality, and justice for all. So for this, we need collective action on traditional security threat as well as non-traditional security threats, and then we raise our voice to stop the genocide, the kidnapping, the slaughtering of humans regardless of their sex, religion, and nationality, language. So we have to stand, and we must be conscious of this, conscious of our basic fundamental human rights.